All right, class, now that you guys have defined all of our terms, which are dice, chop, mince, julienne, and slice, we're gonna actually be using those today. So we have some potatoes, and we're gonna make French fries, actually. So we have potatoes up here, and then we have garlic also. So first, would somebody like to tell me a word from the board and give me their definition of it? Sarah.
Mince is making fine chops. So when you mince something, it's like you'd mince garlic.
Perfect. So we'll start with this one. Would anybody like to come up here and mince with me? I have cutting boards for 2 people, and you'll all get a chance too. So Valerie, and you guys take at the back. Who wants to come up? Perfect. Okay. There's the garlic for you, and here's the garlic over here for you. Okay. So what we're going to be doing is mincing. So you guys want to do this with me. First, we're going to hold on just to the end of this so we're not hitting our fingers. This will help you all throughout the class as we'll be cutting a lot. So you're going to just make one small slice or cut down the side. And I still have my skin on, so I'm going to peel mine off as best as it will. Perfect. Valerie is doing a really good job. And then what's going to happen after we have the slices is we'll cut them thinner. And that will make them mincing because we want it to get smaller and smaller. Okay. And I'm cutting through my skin, but I'll peel that off in a second. Okay. Great job. Now what you're going to do after you have the slices is you're going to hold down on top of the knife to keep your hand safe. You want firm hands so that your fingers can't get near the blade. Put your fingers on there, and you're going to do a rocking back motion through the cuts that you already made. All right, and if it gets stuck to the knife, you might have to pull it off and then just keep doing the same motion. Go ahead and go through that several times. Nice job. Yep. Perfect. Now, is garlic the only thing that we would mince, or can you guys think of any other examples of something you would want to chop really finely?
And herbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe an onion, depending on what you're making.
You could? Yeah. That would be good. That would be really small cuts because it's so juicy in the onion, but definitely. Nice job. All right, as they're finishing up, who wants to tell me another one of our vocab words?
Well,
Yeah.
you already do slice too.
All right, I did. Who wants to define slice? It's kind of a weird one. Well, don't all jump at once. So I'll define that one. A slice is just a thin flat divider. So I'm gonna make slices on this just like we kind of just did on the garlic. But for this, I'm going to just hold on to the end. Ideally, for knife skills, we're gonna curl over our fingers, but as it's kind of a small surface, it gets more complicated. So I'm gonna do flat like this. And since we're on the kind of the topic of French fries, you could make homemade fries like this. Put some seasoning salt on them, something. So, perfect. Okay, so you're finishing up. I think yours is great. Everybody give her a round of applause. Nice job, thank you. And you might want to use a paper towel or the bathroom to just wipe off your hands.
Yep.
Yeah, go for it. Does somebody want to come up and show me what a slice looks like? Kristen. Yeah, so you can run to the bathroom too and then come back to see the next cut. So if you want to turn this potato into slices, that'd be great. Or if you want a whole potato, you can do that too. It's up to you.
I'll take a whole potato.
Okay. Anybody else want to come up and do slices?
I'll slice.
Okay, Sarah, come on up. You do get the half now. Okay. Nice job. So she's keeping her fingers back. Perfect. Now, if you keep the tip of your knife down and kind of just rock back, you'll have a smoother cut. And also when your knife's not going up and down, you have a smaller chance of hitting your fingers as well. Nice job.
My slices.
Ooh, they're looking great. These are perfect, nice and thin, so you actually could make homemade chips out of these. They might be a little soft, but then they're just like flat French fries, so that works as well.
I like a thick cut.
There you go. You're
like
like,
thick chips?
she's kind of making more fun potatoes, but just the same as a slice, so you can have any different sizes of slice. So nice job. Thank you, Kristen. Okay, who wants to tell me another one of our vocab words and the definition they found from the book?
Chop.
Chop. Okay, Andy, what does chop mean?
Violent cutting.
Okay, it is cutting. It's more of a broad term. For that one, we're not. For the definition of chop, we're not really making a specific shape. Chopping is more of a quick motion. So if you are chopping up vegetables for a stir fry, it doesn't really matter what shape they are, for example. So you could chop vegetables for that. I'm not going to chop well, I suppose I could chop up some of the slices up here. But a potato is not the best like representation of it. These turned out almost like French fry sticks. But yeah, so what would be an example of something besides a vegetable, besides like a pepper or something for a stir fry that you could chop? Yeah.
Like a cabbage, a head of cabbage. Like you just want to like make a coleslaw and just chop the crap out of it.
Yes, exactly. That would be a good one. Sarah, were you trying to say something?
Oh, I said apple. Like,
Yeah.
thinking about chopping it up, putting it in a fruit salad.
Yeah, exactly. Fruit salad's a great example of that. Okay, what about the other two terms up here? Dice and julienne. Did anybody find a definition for that in the book? Cammy?
Is julienne like super thin, really thin slices, right?
Yeah, perfect. So we're actually going to use that to make our French fries today. So I'll demonstrate it up here, and then you guys can try your hand at it. So for this, we are going to use some other hand techniques to keep our hands safe. So I'm going to take the whole potato, and actually first I am going to put my knife in the center. Now my fingers are all back. I'm not like dangling them out here, for example. So my fingers are back here. I'm going to put my knife directly in the center, and I'm just going to press down on the top, kind of going back and forth because I don't want the potato to move around. Okay. Then now it's much safer because we have a flat surface to put the potato on. And now is when I can actually, I can actually hold on with the side. So right now, this isn't gonna go very far. I just wanna make sure that I can have some control without it chopping my fingers off. So I'm gonna just rest my hand on the side of the potato and put the knife right up to my knuckles. So it might seem kind of scary, but your knuckles are a lot stronger than your fingers are, and there's much smaller chance of me cutting my fingers off. Okay, so now I chopped it in half. Now I'm just gonna go through and put my hands around it, actually, and make a slice. So, would somebody else like to come and make the slice that will turn into our julienne? Okay, Cammy, come on.
Can I just use this other half?
Yeah.
So I don't waste like
Yeah,
so many
good idea.
potatoes.
So actually you can cut it straight through there.
Okay, am I supposed to do the?
Yep, so just rest it there. Yep. Okay, and then you're just gonna make slices along this edge.
Like that thick?
Perfect.
These knives are really sharp.
Yeah, so weird fact, sharp
kidding.
knives, oh, they're not.
No.
Okay, well, these would be a little bit sharper than like butter knives because you actually have to press less hard and you don't have to force as much. So yeah, these are school knives, so we're working with what we have, but they work pretty well. Okay, then after we have those, so we have this kind of weird slice of potato, that's when we're gonna turn it sideways and go through. So if you wanna take one of your slices, Cammy, put it flat, and then you're gonna make like matchsticks or like skinny French fries. So again, just putting your fingers on the side, and you're gonna just rock the knife back and forth through. Yeah, so you wanna keep your tip down. Well done. Okay. and then you have your French fries, like this. So what was this word?
Julienne.
Nice job. Okay, nice job, Cammie. Thank you. Okay. So does anybody want to come up and try dice really quick with me? Now, when you hear the word dice, what does that mean to you? What do we use dice for?
I think dicing onions. Or
Yes. Or like dice in a game because they're cubes. So that is what dice means in kitchen terms. So we're gonna make cubes. That's all, the only difference between dicing and cubing. You can have small cubes, but dice you want to be pretty solid dice size. So Andy, we're gonna cut a thick slice, holding the end. So now you have kind of a stump, and you're going to chop this into squares. So again, it's almost like a really thick julienne. So I have this, and then I'm gonna cut it in half, and presto, I have more or less a cube or a dice. Yay, nice job.
Yay.
Okay, give Andy a round of applause. Perfect. Okay, so what can we use dicing for? Dicing or cubing or anything where you'd want like the same shape. Maybe if you're like roasting vegetables or something that you want it to cook the same temperature or same time.
Can you even do it with like meat, perhaps? Like
Yeah.
if you want to do like
cube meat.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Like cube steak or
Stew.
chicken chunks, anything like that. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now as I get the French fries on in the hot oil, I'm going to pass these out as your guys' kind of your exit slip. We're gonna do the exit slip today before we have our snack. If you could write what the term is that the picture is showing on here, and then on the back, write a sentence about knife safety or knife skills that you learned. Okay? And they're all different. I mean, some people will double up, but. And some people can have two. If you want. We have a couple extra.
Oh yes, I know what this means.
And if you guys need help to spell, it's up here. Because I'm frying the potatoes over here for your fries. Great question. So after you put them in, depending on how thick they are, so we have pretty skinny ones up here, which is what a true julienne is. If they were bigger, almost like steak fries, you need to do them a little bit longer to get the crispiness. If your oil is really hot, maybe 5 minutes. If it's not as warm, like if you're basically just cooking potatoes and like the JoJo's, where they're a little less crispy, you can do them for longer. It really just depends on how hot you want your oil. Personally, it kind of freaks me out at your guys' age to have hot oil. So I would do it on a lower heat and just do it for longer. You can do that as well. Yeah, great question. Okay, does anybody want to share what they wrote on the back of their exit slip? Yeah.
I said, use your knuckles when cutting up food, not your fingers.
Great job. Yeah. Sarah?
Oh, I wrote to keep the tip of the knife down, you just rock the knife back and forth.
Yeah, good tip. That helps for consistency, for time's sake, and for safety. That's a good one. Okay, does anybody want to share what they define their picture as? Anyone? Andy?
Slice.
Yeah, great job. Okay. Nice job. And what's something we sliced?
Potatoes.
Okay, that's great. Very creative. Okay, Valerie?